Do you know that you could be in danger and not even know it? And welcome to today's episode of Supercharge with Emily Momentum Monday, the podcast. Today's episode is quite vital for your health, for your well being, for your productivity, and anything that you think is important to you. And so it's a topic that I think we can all identify with, that we can all connect with. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Supercharge Coach here on YouTube, or if you're watching on a podcast, please write a review and then subscribe on Instagram at Supercharge Club. And of course, at Emily the Entrepreneur. So, our topic today is none other than caution, the perils of procrastination. Can anybody identify with this topic today? Anybody at all? Anybody out there? Let me know if you can, because I think it's pretty much everybody can. Okay, so we're going to go right into the concept of the perils of procrastination. And why am I bringing up this topic today is because one of the number one things I find as a business coach that my clients struggle with is they procrastinate. And that may not come as a surprise, or it may come as a surprise to others. But the reality is that one of the biggest impediments to our growth in business or any endeavor that we have is whether we are going to procrastinate and have a mindset that kind of enables that tendency. So what we want to do is highlight what those perils are and how we can overcome some of them. So we're going to jump right into the topic because there's no time to delay in today's discussion about what we need to do. In the meantime, all my slides decided to disappear. So let's bring them back. Let's bring everything back into focus so we can get on with this exciting discussion, shall we? Yes, we shall. So let's begin right away with understanding what these perils are, what we're going to do to overcome them, and this is going to build up to the really exciting Purge Your Procrastination. Well, Purge Your Procrastination Challenge. Yes, and that is 2 T's, procrastination with 2 T's. That's right. And for emphasis, of course, and how this is going to build up into that, which we're launching tomorrow. And I'll tell you more about that as we proceed. So let's just jump right on in to what these perils are that we need to be aware of. So the very first thing I want to share with you is a statistic about the impact of procrastination on your productivity and understanding how this affects your daily life. This isn't just something, I don't feel like doing or I don't want to do. This has a real, true impact on you. And so the statistic says that 30% of tasks are delayed by just sheer procrastination, people not wanting to do them. I would dare say the number is higher. I don't think it's just 30%. It's probably higher. And then it says 70% of individuals feel overwhelmed, struggling to complete a task. So they're so overwhelmed that they struggle to complete it, and therefore that's a really high number. I think that actually is a very realistic number. So you let me know if you can identify with these kinds of numbers, that you feel this delay in doing basic tasks or tasks that you need to do, and if you feel overwhelmed most of the time when you're trying to achieve certain types of task completion. Well, with that being said, let us talk about these perils of procrastination. And there are 3 that I want to highlight in particular. And the very first one is stress. What happens when we procrastinate? Our stress levels go up. It becomes more frequent, and that kind of induces a certain amount of anxiety that really takes a toll. It can take a toll on your health. It certainly takes a toll on your well-being and your mental state, and it leaves you never really feeling fully relaxed, which is kind of a very dangerous place to be. So you want to always be mindful of how procrastination impacts how you feel. Like, how do you feel when you're not getting things done the way you would like? What is it doing to you? And being very mindful of that process. The second peril of procrastination is panic. It induces panic. When you have anxiety, when you have stress, the next step is to panic. And you panic because you don't have enough time to do the work, and the work suffers, or whatever it is that you have to do. Your business can suffer when you feel like you're always being rushed. You don't have enough time to really do the things the way you would like to do. And so you kind of put it off. And they pile up and it gets worse. So that's what we want to deal with today, because I want to know if I can get an amen anywhere. Is it just me? Is it just me? I know it's not just me. It's definitely not just me. So let's go into the third peril of procrastination. So the third peril would be unreliability. Let's go back. Unreliability. It erodes trust when you miss deadlines and you don't show up as you promised to, and you don't, do the things that you have been committed to. And because you just don't have enough time, you're too anxious, and all these things that impede the ability to deliver. And so it kind of creates this unreliability. So these three key perils that I want to highlight today are: number one, you suffer from stress when you are procrastinating. You end up panicking, and that ends up leading to it being somewhat unreliable, and not only towards other people, but to yourself. You're not showing up for yourself, and that's probably the worst unreliability that we can have. So, what are some suggestions to overcome this? And this is why I'm launching the Supercharge Purge Procrastination Challenge, which I'm going to tell you about in a moment. So just stay tuned. Make sure you stay to the end to hear all the excitement I have to share with you. So how do we overcome? Can I get a drum roll? These perils of procrastination. Well, one way to do that is we are going to think of the 3 B's. I call them the 3 B's, the 3 B's of anti-procrastination strategies. Having these 3 anti-procrastination strategies. I know it's a big old mouthful, but I call them the 3 B's. And the first B is breathe. So much is accomplished. So many positive things are accomplished when we just slow down and regain perspective. Take the time to breathe. Inhale, exhale, and just sit in that space of reflection and just recomposing yourself. We are so harried going from one thing to the next that we really don't take that kind of time to breathe. And it's not something that you just do if you're in a yoga class somewhere. It's something you want to do as a part of your daily life, because by being able to regulate your breath allows you to regulate your thoughts, and it allows you to put things in perspective in such a way so that you can minimize procrastination. The next B I want to share with you is buffers, or buffer, creating buffer zones or time buffers to avoid the panic. Yes, so when you have buffers of time in there, you don't schedule everything back to back. Everything is tightly connected, and so that you don't have room to breathe, therefore you feel a sense of panic. So when you have this time zone, time buffer going on, you're able to better plan. And one of the things from a personal experience that I could just interject and share, this is one area that I know I personally have challenges with, because I'm always like overscheduling myself and trying to do too much at once and thinking I can get it all done. And then when I don't, I'm like, oh no, it didn't work. Oh, well, of course, how is it gonna work when you don't have enough time? So one of the things we have to do is just be realistic with ourselves and stop trying to cram so much into a very narrow space of time, thinking that we are going to somehow miraculously just do it because we just said so. And there's a time and a place to have a strong will. Believe you me, I'm well aware of that mindset. But there's also a time and a place to take your rest, to just chill out and slow it down. Oh, my people, am I preaching to you? Yes, I have to, because as entrepreneurs, we tend to think sometimes we're superhuman, or we're expected to be superhuman, and we're not supposed to slow down, and we're not supposed to just breathe and take the time to do things. And I beg to differ with that really dangerous, deleterious thought process that really damages people's psyche and really has a very negative impact on just building anything successfully or overcoming the concept of procrastination. We feel like we have to do so many things and end up being paralyzed. And so that's one of the big perils of procrastination, is it creates a certain amount of paralysis. So let's go back on to the number 2 one that I was sharing with you. Get back onto our list. So number 2 is you need to create time buffers. Number 3, we need to believe. Yes, believe you are capable and you won't overcommit. That's right. Believe that you're capable of not succumbing to the stress, not succumbing to those things that can really impede you. And if I go back really quickly on these 3 perils, being unreliable, the stress, the panic, and the unreliable. So in number 3 of a solution, we're going to counteract that unreliability by knowing that we are capable beings and that we're not going to fall victim or fall in the trap of these 3 perils of procrastination. So let me go back through them. Of the solutions of the 3 B's to anti-procrastination strategies. Number 1, you're to breathe, slow down, regain perspective. Number 2, we are going to build buffer zones into our schedule so we don't panic because everything is all tightly connected to each other. And thirdly, we are going to believe in our capacity to do what we need to do and know the distinction between committing and overcommitting. So we're not going to agree to do things that are going to cause us stress. Okay, it's really as simple as that. Yes, so when you keep these 3 B's in mind, it allows us to gain that room. It allows us to build that space. Breathing creates the mental space. The time buffer gives you that time space, and believing in yourself allows you to reconnect with your capacities and your own capabilities as a person, so that you're aligning those 3 things in such a way that you can kind of relax and work at a better pace. I'm taking that advice. I think that's some good advice that I am taking for myself. If you don't take it, that's okay. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take my own advice. So those are the 3 B's that I want to encourage you today. And if you feel you need more help, you need more guidance, I want to invite you to the special, exciting Purge Procrastination Challenge that is starting tomorrow, April 29th and 30th, 2025. And so day 1, we're going to purge procrastination, and day 2, we're going to surge ahead. We're going to have an action plan and some strategies with some tips. Simple tips, simple strategies. We want to keep it very simple because, again, we don't need to create more overwhelm. We don't need to give more of a reason to procrastinate. So this is an opportunity. It's a free 2-day challenge. It's going to be live on Zoom. You see the link down below, https://supercharge.myflowdesk.com/purge. Okay, next time you'll have an easier website, but that is where you're going to go to register. Just put your name and email, and then you'll receive the Zoom link that you need. Or you can just use the QR code that you see on the screen to just use your phone, grab that, and you can register right away. So you do need to register to attend. We will have some action worksheets that I have prepared for you. Each day will have a very simple action worksheet because the goal is to implement. We're not just talking. We're not just thinking about things. We're actually wanting to have an action plan that we can implement. So definitely join us live on Zoom so you can be a part of this really important Purging Procrastination Challenge once and for all. And I just actually, I have to just show you that graphic one more time. I just think it's so exciting, that rocket. Yes, beautiful. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take off. And then if you feel you need more help after the challenge is completed and you're like, you know what, I need more support on my journey of implementing this action steps, or I want to have access to the recording, like the replay recording of the live tomorrow, the next 2 days, then join the Supercharge Club. I invite you to do that. On May 1st, we're going to be having a meeting, so we're going to go dive right into the surging. We're going to surge ahead, exactly. We're going to surge ahead with the Purge Procrastination Progress Action Journal, which has worksheets and prompts and steps to really put into action on a deeper level aspects of the challenge. So for like only $7 a month, you can join the Supercharge Club and gain access to the replays as long as they're on there, as well as gain access to the action step guide that's going to be a bit more in depth than the challenge. But the challenge is definitely going to launch you in the right direction so that you can start to the process of overcoming procrastination, which we all definitely need to do in order to achieve our goals on any consistent level, with any level of consistency. It's really important. It's a very important part of our mindset. And we can always come up with excuses and reasons why feel we need to procrastinate, or we feel we need to not do something that we think we should do. And we can always have these reasons or excuses or whatever we want to say. But are they valid? Will they help us going forward? And so this is an opportunity to really reflect on that and to have some tools that you can actually use that can make a difference. So I hope this is helpful to you. If it is, I invite you to share a comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and also share this video with someone who could really benefit from overcoming procrastination, so it's not an obstacle to achieving your goals and your dreams and the things that you aspire to attain. And so this is here to encourage you, and I hope that you find it encouraging. And I encourage you again to come back next week when we'll have another episode of Momentum Monday to keep that momentum going and staying supercharged in all that you're doing. So have a great week ahead. I hope to see you tomorrow in the challenge. Okay, yes, at the Purge Procrastination Challenge with 2 T's, and you will join us live for what promises to be a most fulfilling opportunity. And then we'll join us again next week and we'll continue. And of course, those who are in the Supercharge Club, I'll see you Thursday. And if you want to join, join. Join right now. I'll be very happy to have you in there. Okay, until then, have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Okay, I will as soon as I can. Move my cursor! Bye, everybody. Take care. And thanks again for being with me today.